Today we have Oscars is one of the co-founders of Altermail and Alter Project. I know that it's not just mail and not just a messenger. It's an app on Secret Network. So Oscars, can you introduce yourself and the project you're working on?
Yes, definitely. So, as I mentioned, my name is Oscar. I'm one of the co-founders of Alter. What we are building is actually more than just as a communication platform, but more than that, we are providing a native Web3 approach when it comes to logging in and also interacting with smart contracts, but from a very user-friendly approach. So we have taken up so-called approach where people don't need to use so-called gas um, for each of the messages, and also in the future, like our wallet creation method will be something different. But from my personal standing point, I've been working in the blockchain space for several years already. Before that, I was working in a financial sector, basically in Scandinavian bank and also in a peer-to-peer lending platform called Mintos as an onboarding team lead and middle management. But then I decided like to go full force with blockchain because I truly believe that I would say the big values that are giving out to the global internet, because blockchain is actually giving power back to the people and also to the companies, because it's not more about data, it's about how the data is being distributed, verified, and stored. And one of the lacking things that I like saw on the Web3 space is that there's no clear, I would say, communication platform that's actually using smart contracts, actually using wallets, and actually using like NFTs, DAOs, staking as a means of utilizing the platform and sharing the utilities with others. So and definitely the biggest part is about the privacy of the users and also about the security. So we have taken a nice approach dealing with that. So that means every single user on our side, the encryption is happening on the end user's device. So and also once you register on alter.network, you can generate your own so-called private key. In our sense, the so-called private key for encryption and decryption is very similar to our wallet's mnemonic phrase. So we have taken up so-called this approach with wallets and integrated for the so-called encryption itself. And that's, I would say, in a nutshell, and a small intro from my side.
Okay, thanks for the introduction. And so, this encryption, is it happening on your side, or are you using any of the technologies that Secret Network provides here?
Yeah, so we are using a combination. So first of all, as I mentioned, the encryption is happening on end user side. So basically on your device. It doesn't happen on our server, it doesn't happen anywhere else. It only it is happening on your device. Second, we are utilizing also smart contracts from Secret Network. This gives us so-called data integrity verification and also storing the metadata with the smart contracts from Secret Network, because this gives us the reliability for each of the user actually can verify that the message was sent, it was delivered, and it was, and then you can prove with this so-called a piece of hash that the message was there. So it's kind of like something that people cannot say that they haven't received emails or messages. This is one of the tools that are actually giving independent role in it. And as well, we are storing into the smart contract of Secret Network the private key and public key. So once the user is registering, they have two options. Either you can save your private key on your end only. So basically, you need to save it in a secure place. Or second is to attach it to your Kepo wallet. It's pretty easy. You need, of course, a bit of stickered token as a gas, but then you upload so-called encryption key to the smart contract that is only accessible by your wallet itself. So and you can always unlink it. As for like chat messages, it's exactly the same for the mail messages. And what we want to create now is supporting like Cosmos ecosystem with stake to access. That's another so-called smart contract interaction that we are utilizing, where basically the contract is checking out how much you're staking in order to access our service for free. So we have set up, for example, the first network, Secret Network, with stake to access feature. So that means we need 10 tokens of Secret to be staked at any validator. And basically with the Kepo, then you can log in and set it up, the profile.
Okay, so it's not just for Alternode. You are and you have enabled stake to access with any validator from Secret Network. Is that right?
Yes, that's correct. Yeah, correct. Yeah,
Oh,
because
this is
our approach is to have mass adoption and onboarding and support. So and also this gives a bit more incentive for stakers to stake and also attract more stakers. And definitely, it's a huge value for every validator on the chain.
okay. This is good to know. So at the beginning, I just thought that it's only Alter stakers could access that, but I guess this was before, right? The beta or
Yeah,
like
yeah,
first testers or will just had.
yeah. So the first idea was in, I think it was in May, about the approach, but then we changed it to actually supporting the whole network, because it's better to sacrifice something in order to get mass adoption. Because I mean, non-DeFi applications, it is a bit challenging when it comes to expanding your product, expanding your user base and popularity. So we would like to actually give more for this reason. So mass adoption, and of course, like Secret Network will be one of the networks that we're going to be supporting in our so-called roadmap. We plan to support Evmos network. Then we have Akash and also Juno. And then we have lined up 4 more networks that we're going to be onboarding stake to access for each of the validators inside of it. In exchange, yeah, go on, go on.
Does it mean that Alter will have nodes set up in these chains as well?
Yeah, precisely.
Okay.
So
Yeah, keep going, keep going.
yeah, so basically our kind of like business model for this is at least to capture the stakers and perhaps also for foundation delegation. So we can capture also some support running the services and also continue to develop. And the next phase is, of course, to utilize stake to access for different other projects who needs the similar approach. So basically, we're also open up to provide such services to other non-DeFi applications.
Okay, my next question is, so you don't only have a messenger, you are working on some other products. Can you disclose any information about them now?
Yes, of course. We did post a product update on our blog. So if you go to alter.network and if you go to blog, you can see the most recent ones, or to go to medium.com and search for AlterDApp. We have planned, I would say, quite a lot of features to be launched. We have done a lot of work during the summer to have a infrastructure scaling, infrastructure development from a node perspective, because what we're trying to utilize is the centralized approach when it comes to saving encrypted data. So that means encrypted messages. And I would say the biggest one would be native iOS application that we are currently 70% done on that side. And also we have planned the UI upgrade. So the design will be much more better, and also user experience, including with the Alter payment. So basically paying for subscription with Alter token will be very seamless and very understandable. We also have planned the private file management and storage, so people can save any files on it. We're going to be using IPFS as a means of storing the files that are encrypted. And then we are also plugging in a Citadel.one, which is a native Web3 calling platform that utilizes also wallets where you can present your NFT on your face. So basically, it's a replacement. And also, it's going to be, it has like a lot of features, including the recording that is saved on IPFS with encryption, and definitely other utilities like surveys and polls, etc. So it's pretty nice, and we have made a partnership with them. And together with the Stake to Access, we have also the Whale Chat that we're going to be monetizing on creating your own unique chat based on your criteria. So Whale Chat means that, for example, I know secret network whales who are staking at least 10,000 secret tokens will be automatically option to join the Whale Chat. This will be the first anonymous chat where people with big bags will be able to speak with each other in complete privacy and anonymity. And this will be the same approach for every network that we can offer the stake to access to. And I would say notifications is as well pretty huge, because that will enable more of getting engaged and getting updated on Alter communication platform. But of course, I mean, there's quite a lot of other things that we're working currently on, and most of them are presented in roadmap. And definitely go to alter.network to learn more about it.
Thanks. Yeah, we'll share all the links connected to Alter after the call. And you have mentioned IPFS, and you also have different chats. So will they be somehow interconnected, that, for example, users will be able to share some files and maybe discuss some of them in the chat? Will they be can they be linked to each other? Because as I can see, this can bring the whole new like a use case for the future. It can be like some new kind of social network based on IPFS and chat.
Yes. So basically, you'll be able to paste the file into the group chats, of course, and then on our side, the users will be able to do several things. First of all, directly download to your computer, or you can copy the file and save it on your file management storage. So basically, it will automatically go to your file storage. And another thing that we're going to be working on is using OpenOffice and with encryption style. We'll be able also to have working documents possibility to for people to engage with productivity. Since OpenOffice is also open source, and we are just going to be customizing it to our needs, and then basically also people will be able to do, I would say, exactly the same things as in G Drive or in Dropbox, or even more than Dropbox. So, but yeah, that's the approach.
It also sounds a bit similar to a project that uh, unfortunately has failed some time ago on Secret Network. It was called Fardals. So they also had like I think kind of IPFS, but it was pay to access to the file. So maybe you have any ideas on how to implement that feature as well, or you
Oh,
think
yeah.
this is the one that has failed for some reason.
Um, Fardell's, we have actually discussed with Fardell's owner and creator that we're going to be retaking over that. We're going to be improving the utilities and also improving the design and user experience. So that will be like so-called another feature that people can create pay-to-view content. Um, and I think the possibilities are quite a lot. Another thing that we want to add is also newsletters. So people from different networks who have the stake to access will be able to buy without a token the newsletter package and then basically post it in the newsletter section. People will be able to filter out by different topics like NFT, DeFi, access, layer ones, gaming, metaverse, etc. But the thing and approach we have taken is that the newsletter and subscribers, so basically the subscribers will be anonymized to newsletter creators. So that means that everybody will receive the message, but if somebody wants to reach out to the newsletter creator, then it will be complete private. So basically, the newsletter reader should be the first one who is contacting them, and that will also bring like a huge networking between every single chain and also communities to update other communities from other layer ones about their ongoing projects and updates. And I think it will be an ultimate tool for them.
Yeah, this one sounds cool. Why I was asking about that because like sometime like it was quite a long time ago when they announced their product and their first implementation, like especially their design, was I would say horrible. It's not horrible. It was just too simple. Yeah, but the idea behind it was really interesting, and this is one of the use cases that we would really love to see, for example, in Citadel.one, because we are developing a software development kit. Yeah, so different applications will be able, like different companies will be able to integrate their applications to Citadel.one, and we want them to be, more user specific, more different use cases, not just blockchain specific, like swaps and bridges. This, of course, this is also a part, but we want those use cases that can be actually used together, like with in real life, for example, things. And this file sharing and pay to access, and the one that you also mentioned, news feeds, sounds pretty awesome. So we'll be tracking the progress here. Maybe we'll have a couple of ideas on cooperation, if you'll be
Yeah,
interested in
we
that.
would love to. Yeah. Also, another thing that we're gonna be having as a feature as a service is so any project on Cosmos will be able to create their own NFT chat that is approved by the ownership. So basically, if you are the creator of an NFT project, you'll be able to buy without a token, the so-called NFT gated chat group. And once you have that done, you will just need to provide the NFT's contract address, and then it will create this NFT gated chat group for them to use and utilize. So people who and the so-called accessibility for others will be only with the ownership of the NFT.
So kind of what Anons have right now, but for all NFTs, it will be like a default feature for NFT if
Yeah.
they want.
Yeah, I mean, it will be much more seamless than going to a website, providing the ID, and then basically getting a link to Telegram and to join. This will be much more proof and solid and easier to use and onboard and offboard people. So
Yeah, okay, I see. This is, I guess, kind of also a solution. Uh, like it can be implemented on a secret network with Sneap 721. The guys, Lumi and Kent, they have made this NFT token authorization. Perhaps this is the one that can be used in this case. And Lorem Ipsum Metaverse that has launched, they are also implementing this feature to access, like that NFT gives you access to it. So yeah, this definitely sounds cool. And so you mentioned Alter token like, many times already. So right now you have a feature stake to access. Anyone staking secret can access. And what's the role of Alter token now, and how do you envision it for the future?
yeah, so Auto token is for the governance as well. So that's one of the primarily use cases. And then also Auto token is a so-called product token that is actually being used to either access the Auto platform, and then inside of the Auto platform we'll be able to buy different kind of services. For file management, you'll be able to increase the storage. To access the NFT and create your own NFT, get the group, then basically you need to pay one-time fee with Alter. Next one is, of course, the newsletters that is connected to Alter. And then we have pay to view content, where people will be able to utilize Alter token to get payments for their created content. That is from the Fardel side. And also we are creating a internal payment so-called system, pretty simple one, together with FMOS. So that will be also something available. And definitely with Alter, with staking, you're also going to be receiving additional rewards that are coming from our side, where we buy back our Alter token when it comes to from our validated commissions. So basically, you're getting more rewards based on that. Um, so all the Alter staking is being then so-called adjusted every month, based on the so-called amount of commissions. We're gonna be starting to do this more transparent in November. So basically, starting from beginning of November, we're gonna be creating these reports, like how much we have converted, providing the hash proof, of course, and then basically topping up the staking reward pool. Um, because we believe that very successful projects can definitely share some of their so-called commissions or fees they're getting. We see like GMX, I think it was a DeFi platform where you can trade futures. I mean, that also kicked off so quickly and rapidly. So, and then another thing that we have built out is actually for every layer one, for foundations to have analytics over the validators and also statistics where the nodes are being hosted. We have also created a crypto-friendly index. So we have revised almost every single data center, their service agreements, and also terms and conditions. And then we have also provided the crypto-friendly index. And then we have also a validator profiles section, where basically validators will be able to provide answers to our survey in order to update the validator profile, including Citadel.one. So you will need to provide information like how you participated in a test net. Are you running RPC nodes? Do you have Sentry nodes? What's the so-called commission that's ultimately then also shown? And then we also going to be tracking how performance-wise the validator is. If there's a slashing, or if there is a downtime, So these will also be able to be accessible through our premium service for foundations, together with a questionnaire that is connected with the risk score. So basically, every foundation will be able to provide the delegation programs much more faster and also much more transparent when it comes to reviewing the delegation program, applicants, and also having insightful information about each single validator on the chain. And premium service will be accessible with Alter token.
This sounds awesome because currently there is like an ongoing issue in Cosmos network, for example, that some of the validators, they have complaints about how interchain distributing their delegations. They are arguing some of their choices because they cannot, because others cannot review what kind of contribution has this validator or that validator has made into developing Cosmos network, and like this information is not like sometimes publicly like open. You like validators have to ask like why this or that decision has been made and what kind of performance those validators do. And this tool that you're talking about will definitely help solve this kind of problem of I would say it's going to be more trustless approach to this. So yeah, cool. How many people are there in working for Alter? Because you have mentioned many really big projects and interesting concepts. And are you going to deliver them one by one, or there is one team working on one project and another team working on another one? So how are you managing this?
So we have currently 15 members in the team, including myself. Majority of them, of course, are developers. Recently, 2 more new developers joined. One of them is taking care of the Alter Analytics product. The rest is concentrating on the communication platform. And then we have also invited the native iOS team that have been building the native application for some time already. So we have split the so-called services that should be done internally with the team, and also we have some so-called setup to create this so-called Alter decentralized node system, where the so-called, as I mentioned before, the encrypted messages will be then stored between maybe hundreds of validators inside of the so-called setup that we're gonna have. But yeah, it's a step-by-step process, and we take our priority, and we have a roadmap still that we are committing to, and also landing each of the results. And actually, we are a bit adding and adjusting the roadmap, but in general, the concept is always there. And as for like within a month, we're also going to be having the 3rd new developer coming into the game, who is also very experienced from our own network. So we have a really good team in general, because we have only hired people that we personally have worked before. So we haven't actually made any public um, applications for potential employment. So everybody has been either verified through our network, or we have been working together with them before on another project. So we can trust the execution.
So are you distributed, or you're all working from the office?
Majority of all developers are in Baltics, so we're pretty close. So basically, it's Europe, and then we have 1 team member in South Africa. Then we have 3 team members from United States. So I would say we are a bit distributed, not only in one place.
Cool. Now, I would like to talk more about validators. So, what networks are you validating at the moment? Is it just secret, or some more nodes can be found in other networks?
Yeah, you can find on Secret Network. We have also active validator on Juno. There's also a validator on Cache. It should be active by end of this week. Then we have also on Evmos, Persistence network, and also Agoric network. So all those are, two of them are not in active set. That is Evmos and also a cache, but the cache should be up by end of this week. And then we also are planning to go to 3 more networks that we are currently in the talks.
Nice. Good to see you are expanding. You are running a validator just for about a year or longer than that?
Actually, it is around 10 months
Mm-hmm.
or 11. So I think by end of this year, by end of this year, we're gonna have a full year of running our own validators, and I think the total amount that has been delegated to us is what, around 4 or 5 million. So we are actually using like the best approach when it comes to dedicating also to network, like RPC node that is on building up on Agoric, and then we have uh, Sentry nodes as well for security and privacy. And of course, we have 2 dedicated people that are always watching, monitoring, and also contributing to the network. So
All right. And there was another question. Oh, yeah. Have you got your validators enabled on the Restake app?
yeah, we have done it on Secret Network as the first one. So you can restake your secret there. We're gonna be soon also launching on other networks the restaking tool. So stay tuned for the announcements. And also, I think the restake is a really nice feature that I think every validator should offer to their stakers.
Yeah, just to mention, actually, auto restake works on Citadel.one with any validator. Like in restake, validators have to apply, yeah, to pay commission fees for the restake to happen. Yeah, in Citadel.one, we decided to reapproach this, and we pay commission for all validators. That's why all validators are in any networks, Akash, Evmos, Juno, those that you mentioned, just we are not offering Agoric, but all other networks that you mentioned are all offering auto stake. And if you are an active set, then it means users can enable auto staking with your node as well. So can use this information for your media if you want. We will definitely repost this news. Uh, so yeah, that's one thing that I wanted to mention.
Oh, great! Definitely share more information about that. I would love
Yeah,
to learn
sure.
more. Yeah.
Um, okay, this is basically all questions that I had. Maybe there is something else you would like to share with the community, something about Alter or anything else, a validator. You're welcome.
Yeah, I would like to say thanks to our also communities, supporters, and partners. We are actually also expanding on traditional business and use case. So we are actually onboarding several companies to use blockchain technology, including our communication platform and also encryption for the data. So I think what every single project should do is check how they can contribute to the traditional companies to start using more of the blockchain world technologies, and I think that's in general like a solid approach if we want to have a bigger adoption of Web3. But yeah, thank you so much. I think also Citadel.one is carrying out a great mission, and also the product is always improving, and great to see that. Also, last thing to mention, Alter is also available on Fina Wallet if you want to use it on your iOS device before we launch it on native iOS application. So look for your instructions in our either in Telegram group or in our Discord group. Um, our great community have created instructions as well for that. So, and definitely try out the stake to access with 10 secret tokens. You can stake it, then go to Alter.one network, click on sign up, click on Keplr wallet, and super easy.
Yeah, after that, I'm going to test Alter all over. And you mentioned Fina Wallet, that there is access to Alter. You mean to actual Alter Messenger?
Yeah, correct. Yeah, through Fina wallet, it's possible.
Wow, interesting. So, what did I want to ask? So, did they implement it themselves, or you worked in collaboration?
Yeah, we collaborated with them. Basically, it was more work on their side. I would say maybe 100% from development wise. So basically, they have incorporated into their Fina Wallet iOS application. So if you download Fina Wallet, you'll be able to create the wallet and then basically get your 10 secrets, stake it, and you're gonna have accessibility through the staking as well through Fina Wallet.
Interesting. Okay, I'll talk to the team as well. Maybe we'll consider also integrating Alter into our platform and into our mobile app, because your plans definitely sound really interesting, and we have all possibilities for that. So
Yeah,
thanks a lot,
I would
Oscar,
love
for
to. Yeah. And also one more last thing is that we're going to be offering also it's called a widget. So Alter will have a widget where uh, applications based on browsers will be able to integrate into their setup the Alter chat. So basically, people who needs communication, either it's like NFT place or community place or gaming or metaverse, it will be possible to integrate the widget inside of the so-called browser application.
Oh, nice. Okay, this is the piece of news I also really happy to hear, because the guys from Lorem Ipsum Metaverse, that is also on Secret Network, are also thinking of integrating a chat solution. So I guess this will be a great match.
Yeah,
Uh,
more than happy
uh,
to support.
Okay, cool. Thanks, Oscar, a lot for coming to the chat. Sorry, it was a bit later than we expected, because Rina was presenting, and the guy before her was a bit late. So, yeah, thanks for joining. For those who are listening to us, stake to Alter nodes, use at least 10 secrets. You will get access to their application, messenger application. I'm going to test it right after the call as well. And yeah, this was a great chat. Thanks a lot again.